Within the Catholic Church, the Congregation for the Doctrine of the Faith writes, moral conscience requires that in every occasion Christians give witness to the whole moral truth, which is contradicted both by approval of homosexual acts and unjust discrimination against homosexual persons. Speaking truth in love while providing pastoral care is the goal and challenge as the Church leads those experiencing same-sex attraction.
I trust the Church to give me the Eucharist, to give me Jesus in the host, in the body and blood.
Eve Tushnet came out as a teenager and actively lives her faith in the Catholic Church, trusting in its teaching. The Catholic Church Catechism states homosexual persons are called to chastity by the virtues of self-mastery that teach them their inner freedom, at times by the support of disinterested friendship, by prayer and sacramental grace, they can and should gradually and resolutely approach Christian perfection.
If the Church is our mother who nourishes us with the Eucharist, then it makes sense that she can also be our teacher who guides us in the path of love. And that's kind of the foundation of it for me.
Eve is now working on a follow-up to her first book, Gay and Catholic, Accepting My Sexuality, Finding Community, Living My Faith. And she's heard the stories of many others.
In my opinion, most gay people who grow up in the Church, their biggest spiritual struggle is not going to be lust. It's going to be despair. It's going to be, can God really love me? Can I ever in any way be pleasing to him? Is there a future for me in the Church?
In 2006, the U.S. Conference of Catholic Bishops released a document focused on pastoral care for those who experience same-sex attraction. It states a welcoming stance of Christian love by the leadership and church communities as a whole is essential.
I think sometimes we forget the human beings that are experiencing these things, that are wrestling with these things, that have these questions, and we sometimes forget that these people are here in the pews.
Anna Carter is the president and co-founder of Eden Invitation. Founded in 2017, at this point, it's a mostly online-based ministry geared toward young adults like her, who experience same-sex desires or gender discordance and want discipleship in the Church.
I think we've been mired in a culture war on this topic for a really long time in the Church.
Both Eve and Anna believe the truth about marriage as the Catholic Church is a witness to. It's a bond between one man and one woman. That's not in question, but there is still a need for answers.
We have to be asking the question of how can a gay person express their love in harmony with the Church?
We have things to give, right? We are called to radical self-gift.
Father Paul Scalia, a priest in the Diocese of Arlington, Virginia, works with Courage International, a Catholic apostolate for men and women who experience same-sex attractions. He says all of the church members are called to self-gift.
There needs to be that those places where they can go and really sort of give themselves generously in service to others, either to the church directly or in some kind of volunteering capacity, or just in good friendships.
And regardless of the sexual orientation of the people in the pews, the church has much to provide them, both truth and grace.
So much of what people desire is to know, why they exist, who they are, what their purpose is, right? These are age-old questions. And it is Jesus Christ who is the truth, who reveals these things to us, and who confirms us as beloved of God.
Anna Carter says in the Church's outreach to those who can't reconcile their own sexuality with their Catholic faith, or for anyone who is struggling with something, the focus should always be on Christ.
I think so many of our evangelistic approaches sometimes can get focused or hyper-focused on, how do we explain this or that? Or how do you make this tough thing okay? And the truth is, like, the tough things get okay in relationship with Jesus, who takes all of our tough things upon himself.
Mark Irons, EWTN News in Depth.